This is the TCIS Secondary Library, and today's tutorial is on how to access and check out ebooks from our library catalog. Okay, so there are several different ways you can do this, but one thing that you absolutely have to have is your library logon information. If you don't know your library logon, then you need to contact one of the librarians, either through email or in person, and find out what that information is. Okay? If you can log in through the library website over here with the login, or if you click on Follett Shelf, that will lead you directly to our library ebook collection. And again, you'll need your logon information at that point. But I want to show you how to first search for library books using our library catalog, so ebooks on our library catalog. So say I want to, I put in a search term. I'm going to try Dickens, okay, and he's an author, okay, and I'm coming up with a list of 22 books, and I can see from this icon that this item here is a regular paper book, and if I keep on scanning down, usually towards, oh, there's a book that's a playaway, okay, a physical audiobook, but I see down here that we have some ebooks, okay, so whenever you see this green E, that lets you know that it is an ebook. Of course, if you're searching in the elementary library, some of these icons will be blue E's instead of green, okay, so say I decide I want to read A Christmas Carol. What I do now is I don't click on the title, but click on the open button. Okay, at which point again I will need my library logon information. Okay, because I found the title in our library catalog and clicked on open, it's going to go directly now to that book that I chose to open. Okay, and I can open it up by turning the pages down here in the bottom right hand corner. I can click on that several times and you can see it tells me what page I'm on. So that's really nice because that's really helpful when you need to cite sources. It lets you know what page you're on right there. Okay. All right. Now I can, if I don't like the view, it's pretty small there, so I can make it bigger just by clicking on that, or smaller again. I can give it a 2-page view, which is nice. You don't have to turn your pages so often. So now I'm on to pages 2 and 3. And of course you can use the magnifying glasses to make it bigger or smaller. Okay. Now, say I decide I don't think I really want to read this book right now. I want to find something else. Well, I can go back into the library catalog, or I can click on the Follett Shelf button in the top left-hand corner, and it gives me a couple options: continue reading, close title, or check out. I'm going to close the title for now. Okay, and this brings me to a page on Follett Shelf that shows me all of the different ebook titles we have. Currently we only have 66, but that number definitely will change. Okay, so I see that from here I can browse or I can search. Okay, most of the books that we have right now, we have 2 electronic copies of them, and that means that 2 people can have access to those books, can check out those books. Okay. If you see any books that have the infinity sign on them, that means that we have unlimited user access for that book, which means that the entire school could have checked out the book at the same time and read it at the same time. But currently we only have 1 book that is like that. Okay, so again, if I want to do a search for all of the Dickens books, I can of course just use our search box up here, or I can narrow by these other topics on the left-hand side of the screen. Alright, so this again brings us to the same 3 titles that showed up in the library catalog, and I decided I don't want to read A Christmas Carol, but instead I'd like to read Great Expectations. So I can click on the I for Information button, and I'll bring up a page, and again from here I can just open up the book and read a few pages. I can see what subjects this book touches on, what it's about, and I can either check it out or I can put it in my reading list. Now actually there's usually a button here, but I've already put this book in my reading list because I wanted to read it later and I didn't want to forget that I wanted to read it. So later on that'll be useful to me. But right now I'm going to try checking it out. So I click on Checkout Hold, and it tells me that this is due on the 25th of November. Today it is the 22nd, so that doesn't give me, sorry, 21st. So that only gives me 4 days to read the book. Okay, if I finish reading it before then I can click on Return Early. Okay. All right, so title returned. Okay, so again, that is how to access and check out ebooks from our TCIS library catalog.